We are live.
What's up, guys? This is Big Dru, and this is Titan Lifestyle. Every Friday at 2 p.m., I'm back in the lab talking about therapy of the week, Titan events, Q&A, and always some crazy topics. I want to give a second to let everybody get on right now and give my shout outs. I'll be answering questions today throughout the whole show, so don't just wait for the Q&A. If you have a question, shoot it out there. I'll see it on the monitor, and once I get to it, I'll answer all your questions. And again, guys, if you have questions I didn't answer last week, just shoot them again to me again, and I'll get those questions out and those answers out to you as best as I can. But we're going to jump right into it. Everybody's been hearing about the blood work. I had to wear the red today because we do have blood work specials going on. Right now, blood work is officially on sale until August 11th, so you guys have a few more days to take advantage of the sale. It's full panel blood work. Again, we service all 50 states except for Idaho. So if you're tuning in or listening in from out of state, we can get to you too. We'll just give us a call, 727-389-3220. Our medical providers will get you set up at a blood location closest to you, and we'll write the ticket off on that. So just call us. We'll take care of you. How much is it? I got people all over the screen asking me how much is the blood work? What is the sale? For women, only $200. Normally you guys would pay $300 or even, I've heard even $400 for a full panel of women's blood work. So women, the sale is $200. You have to August 11th to take advantage of that. Men, $130, where it's normally $200. So the men, you're saving about $70. The women, you're saving about $100. So you want to jump on this sale. And again, the reason why we stress blood work so much here at Titan Medical is because it's basically telling you what's going on in your body. You don't want to misdiagnose. You don't want to have a headache and think it's blood pressure when it's not. So a lot of times, especially now with Google and all these doctor apps and things, you'll have a symptom, you'll Google it, and then you'll automatically you'll diagnose it without exactly knowing what it is. So what happens when you get your blood work done is we're going to see where your testosterone level's at, where your estrogen level's at. Make sure your hemoglobin's in check. Make sure everything is regulated, your kidneys are functioning, your liver, and make sure everything is functioning properly, so that way we can take care of you and get you to optimal health. Here at Titan Medical, we're not trying to turn you into a bodybuilder. We're not trying to turn you into a machine or a mutant. We're just trying to keep you healthy. So optimal health is the most important thing. You may look great. A few years back, before I started getting my blood work done and checking up on everything, I looked in the mirror and I said, hey, I look great. That's all that matters. I got my blood work done and it really wasn't where I should be. So again, it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter how healthy you think you are. It doesn't matter if you're eating a perfect diet. It doesn't matter if you don't drink, if you don't smoke. You got to get your blood work done to figure out what's going on in your body. If you have low testosterone, we can take care of that. If your estrogen's high, we can take care of that. If your red blood cell count is too high, if your hemoglobin's if your blood's too thick, whatever the case is, we can make sure to get you optimal and makes you feel better so you can live longer. So yeah, let's see who's on here right now. I'm gonna pull up the live right now and see who we got on here. We got Jai's on here. Shout out to Jai. Jai. Great photographer. Who we got? Irelis, Madam. Ahmed's on here. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be on here on the Titan Medicals. You also check out Titan Medical 2.0. That's our backup page as well. So you can tune in on there as well. So we're all over the place. Shout out to Andreas for holding it down today. He's the guy behind the camera today holding it down. So all these good looking graphics you see behind me, give him a shout out as well. Big Bully's on here. Louie's on here. Herbacino's on here. See who else we got on here. King Clouds, Big Bully. I don't know if YG Lee's tuning in. Shout out to YG Lee. He's like always on every week. He was too young to be with Titan to get therapies, and he waited it out, and now he's officially a Titan. So shout out to YG Lee. If you're on, or if you're going to watch later, shout out to YG. And now, how do you like your therapy so far? Last time it was kind of fresh. So I'm sure he's full into swing right now too. But we got Jason, we got Rostam, we got di.ck, good name, 6537 on here, King Clouds, a lot of people on. But yeah, let's jump into one of the topics. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, shout out to Art too. Art says YG Lee has been waiting 682,168 years to be a Titan patient. And the thing is, he waited that long and he stuck it out. This is a kid that was tuning in every week, and he wasn't even old enough to be with Titan yet. He was tuning in every week. He was doing his homework. He was asking questions. He was getting all the information he could get. And then as soon as he was of age, he called Titan, and now he's on everything. So shout out to YG Lee. Shout out to Art, too. I see Art's on here, too. Anderson, Dalibi.Ishmael. Good names on here. Also, if you guys are on the screen, or whether you're on Titan Medical's page, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you're at, I always like to know where you guys are from. So give me your city, state, or country. If you're from another country, put your flag on there. I'll give you a shout out as well. So even though we don't ship internationally, we don't ship out of the 50 states, we do have patients all over the world. If you guys have somebody that lives in the U.S. and you're looking to get some Titan products, we could ship to a U.S. location as long as they're okay with it and the paperwork and everything. That is good. That's completely legal to do that, so we don't cut corners. So if you're in Dubai, if you're in Mexico, if you're in Canada, if you're in the UK, if you're in Africa, if you're pretty much anywhere, you're in Europe, anywhere you are, and you know somebody in the States, we can get you the product. Just we'll ship it to them, and then they can get it to you however they want to get it to you. That's up to them on that part. But yeah, if you need Titan products, we'll get you Titan products. Let's put it that way. Let's see. #. Also, guys, shout out to everybody who's buying badges. I see people on here buying badges. Any type of support is good support. So whether you're spending a penny or $1 million, we're good with everything right here. So shout out for the support. Buy a badge. All you have to do is just click on the bottom. You'll see buy a badge. Just click it, and you can support however you want. Let's jump into one of these first topics. I actually had a crazier topic than these two, but I might have got flagged on it. You know, we like to keep everything legit here. It wasn't anything crazy. I'll actually look further into it and see if I could actually discuss it maybe next week. But I want to do all my homework and make sure we don't get flagged first, and make sure, you know, crossing all our T's and dotting all our I's, or whatever you want to call it. So one of the topics that I do have is the first flying electric car. You guys have been hearing about these electric cars. You guys have probably been seeing videos and memes and all this stuff about electric cars. It's going to happen. You could pre-order the first electric cars as of right now. Model A is what the car is approved by. The FAA approved the car, so that means you could pre-order the car. I think down payments are like $5 or $10 grand, and I believe the cars are around $300,000. So obviously the cars are going to be very expensive because it's something that's new and first coming out. I mean, this technology it's literally going to be like the Jetsons, where you just look up, or other movies like Demolition Man or Men in Black, certain movies like that kind of like foresee the future. You're going to see cars flying around. You're going to have air Ubers. You're going to have probably air bikes, and it's just going to be crazy. There's so much space up in the air, but I could still see it getting cluttered. It's the only difference when you're in the air is if you have an accident, now your car has to fall or land. So it's different than if you're driving on the street and you have an accident. Say you hit a car, you hit a tree, you slide off the road. The car gets damaged, but it still stays level. You know, so whatever damage happens, that's pretty much the damage. If you get in a car accident in the air and the two cars hit each other, not only is the car damaged, you might have some type of injury from the collision. Now those things have to fall, and they may fall onto the ground. So I'm interested to see how they're going to put safety mechanisms in these cars. Like if it crashes, does it automatically shoot out a parachute or something? And not only that, too, if you have cars flying, if it crashes, it has to land. There's people down there. So is it going to be roads that are above buildings, above schools, or is it going to be air pathways that are above open land? So, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but it's just crazy. You could pre-order a flying car. I want to see what it feels like to fly in one, but I'm going to let you guys test it out for a few months, because I'm not going to be a test dummy jumping in I got a flying car. Yeah. Then next thing, no, I don't want to be on YouTube. I don't want to be known for the wrong reason. So what do you guys think about the flying cars? Regardless of the money, they are a little bit expensive, but if you had the money, or if you do have the money, are you planning on getting one? Would you ride in one? Would you be safe riding in one? I don't know. It's kind of like riding a roller coaster. Actually, it's a little bit worse than riding a roller coaster. So I don't know. What do you guys think about flying cars? I think they're going to have flying scooters, flying cars, pretty much flying everything. I believe one day they're going to have something you could attach to your feet, and you'd literally just be walking on the air. That's probably going to be the next thing, where you could literally walk on the air. If they have the capabilities to keep machines in the air, why don't they have shoes you could just put on and you hit a button and now you could literally step through the air and over things? It's getting crazy. I like the old school stuff, but it is what it is. Yeah, but pretty much it's going to be like the Jetsons. You're going to see cars flying all around. The good thing is they're going to be electric, so I'm assuming they're not going to make too much noise. But then again, with all the electric, that's a whole nother show if they have to build these cars, because a lot of times people think electric is the best way to go because it's safe for the environment. But they're damaging a lot of the environment just with the electric cars too. Not so much the pollution on them, but how they're run, how they're made. That's a whole nother show. But yeah, electric cars, flying saucers, and all that crazy stuff is happening. It's getting worse and worse. And what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Will you buy a car? Will you ride in a car? See who else is on here right now. Got Hassan, got Sarah, got Jake Hamilton. My Way, established 1833. Hamad's on here. A lot of people. I can't pronounce some of these names, guys. Also, I'd like to know where you guys are calling in or tuning in from. I'd like to give you guys some shout outs. What else we got on here? Next topic is another crazy one. It's more tech, not so much tech, but just with all the technology and stuff that's going on. A supermarket experience with AI to generate meal ideas and leftovers, and it suggested drinking bleach and eating anti-ant poison sandwiches. So in other words, the reason why I pulled this up, it isn't so much for the specific topic. It's the fact that when we put so much of our trust into AI or Maps or Siri or whatever, or Google or anything, we put so much trust in that. Like, sometimes people don't have enough common sense to realize, like, hey, what am I doing? Like, it's great that you could follow instructions, but at the same time, I had a few weeks back someone doing it for a weight loss program, and it was suggesting to eat something that wasn't edible as well. So they got to figure out the fine tune with this. I don't understand how the technology is so great that it's going to tell you meal leftovers, but it can't tell you that bleach is not something you eat. That's crazy. It wouldn't distinguish that. And another thing is you don't keep bleach in a fridge. So why would it even put like leftovers and bleach? I don't know. I mean, who knows? But don't put your faith in all these. I don't want to say the name. I don't want to get flagged on here. But these apps that just they do everything for you. It's good that they can do some things, but a lot of times, especially kids now, they have certain apps where they'll just say, I need a 2,000 word essay on, whatever, erosion of rocks or whatever. And next thing you know, it writes it all the way up. But these kids they're not even looking at what it's saying. They're just turning it in and having all their faith in that. So if you guys are driving, a few weeks ago, there was a lady that drove into she drove into a dock. They have like the ramps where they bring the boats in. She was driving down the street and she was so caught up on just looking at the blue line, you're following the maps line, that she didn't look up and realize that it was parallel to the real street, and she would literally drove right into the water because she's so focused on that. So again, don't put all your faith in all these things that aren't actual people. Proofread or look at everything. If it says something that seems crazy, it probably is. Go another avenue, ask a different way, because I could see nowadays secretaries, all these other people people are losing their jobs because all these robots and stuff is just doing everything. But again, it's not a person. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't have common sense. So they could have a lot of knowledge in these machines or whatever they're using, search engines or engines, but they don't have common sense. People have common sense, well, most people anyway. So be careful of what you put your faith in with AI and chat, whether you're driving, whether you're medicine too. A lot of times, with these AI generated things, from a medical standpoint, you'll say like, oh, I have a headache, what should I do? And it'll tell you to do something. Again, it's misdiagnosing. So that's very important why you get the blood work done. We have a special right now, $130 men, $200 for women. Very important to get that blood work done, so that way you don't have to rely on AI or this to give you false information. So if you guys have had any experience with putting your faith in AI or a map or whatever, and it gave you an outrageous answer or an outrageous outcome, let me know about it. I love hearing these stories. And again, too, it's not like we could sue. We can't sue and say, hey, this app told me to do it, so that's why I did it. Whether you get injured, whether you get sick, whether you lose your job, whether you would lose your house, you can't blame it on the app. So again, have some common sense with this stuff. See what else we got on here. But yeah, that other topic. If I could talk about that other topic with you guys definitely want to tune in because it is crazy. It is crazy. Like, and the simple fact that, like, yeah, I don't want to get too into it, but if I could talk about that topic, I'll let you guys know what next week. And also next week, I'll let you guys, if I can't, like if I do my research and find out that it's too touchy to talk about, I'll let you guys know too. But you definitely want to tune in either way every week to find out if I can talk about it one day. We got some Titan events coming up. Also, real quick, big shout out to Tim Gardner. Big shout out to TG Flex Productions. Tim Gardner put on a great show last week in the Tampa Pro. It was a great event. It was jam-packed, especially the NPC portion. The line went literally from the inside where you go into like where the chairs and the stage is at. The line started there and went all the way down around the corner, all the way to the sliding glass doors in the lobby. So I've been at the Tampa Pro every year for like 10 years. I've never seen that many people. So shout out to Tim Gardner. Shout out to the promotional team over there. They did a great job apparently because a lot of people were there. The energy was good. The vibe was good. We had a great time. We gave out free B12 shots, free amino shots. So shout out to everybody who came by and got a chance to get their first B12 or amino shot. We were giving out T-shirts. The girls did a great job. Shout out to all the girls, too. The girls, guys, these girls showed up at 7 o'clock in the morning and worked till 9 at night. 14 hours straight. And they were working, too. They weren't sitting around. They weren't moping. These girls putting in work. You know, everybody was coming over, people touching the iPad, we're getting the information, they're getting a T-shirt. So shout out to all the girls. They had a grueling 2 days, and they did it. You know, they did it. They showed out. So shout out to the girls. Shout out to Art. Shout out to Andreas. You got some great video, great clips you guys will see coming up soon. Always shout out to John Charisse. But yes, Tampa Pro was a blast. I had a great time. That was last week. The next thing we have is the St. Pete Fashion Week. Big time fashion show. That's going to be September 15th and 16th. Again, it's going to be in St. Pete. Creative Coastal Creative is the address. It's 2201 First Ave South. So again, that's September 15th and 16th, St. Pete Art and Fashion Week. I'll be walking the runway, maybe in some formal wear, athletic wear. We'll have models. We'll have some of the Titanettes, and we'll also have hired models that'll be wearing some formal wear, Titan dresses. Sometimes they wear bathing suits. I think I have 2 different outfits. The girls may have 3 or 4 different outfits. But it's a great time. We just walk the runway, show off the newest, tightest fashion. The vibe's good. There's music. There's food. There's drinks. It's a great time, and it's a great atmosphere. So that's 15th and 16th in St. Pete. Make sure I see you there. After that, the Hurricane Pro, October 21st. Hurricane Pro, Tim Gardner, I just gave him a shout out with the Tampa Pro. Now I got to give Tim Gardner a shout out with the Hurricane Pro. It's going to be another great event. Again, the Hurricane Pro is an NPC show and a pro show. So kind of like the Tampa Pro, you'll have the NPC and pros. Hurricane Pro is the same way. That's at the Coliseum in St. Pete. That's my favorite venue of all the venues that Titan does. And that's my favorite venue. I love it. It's like an older, smaller venue. The ceiling's great. The lighting is great. It's just a great venue. I love that venue. But we'll be out there. The girls will be out there. Come by, touch the iPad, get a T-shirt, take some pictures with me and the girls. You could also get some pictures with the athletes. And again, that is October 21st at the Coliseum in St. Pete. After that, the O in the O. After that, it's going to be November 2nd to 5th. That's going to be the Olympia, the O in Orlando. It's back in Orlando, bigger and better than ever. Last time it was in Orlando, for you guys that went, that was like a watered-down version because it was during the whole shutdown, so it was last minute. This time it's been planned out. It's supposed to be a lot of vendors. The venue is going to be set up even better. It's at the Orange County Convention Center. That's on International Drive in Orlando. So if you're flying in or driving in, there's plenty of hotels right next to that event. And again, there's plenty of food places too. So if you're the type that just wants to go in and you just want to go to the event and stay at the hotel and that's it, it's perfect for that because there's hotels right around, literally walking distance, and some of them even connect to the convention center from the event. Plenty of food places. If you got kids, Disney's in there, Epcot, you got all that stuff, Universal. So again, the Olympia is in Orlando. I can't wait. Yeah, we're gonna have some new articles of clothing too, maybe some new designs, and we will have a special guest at the booth. We'll have a major special guest, but then we will have other guests too. There'll be Olympians, male and female, coming by taking pictures and stuff, and all the fitness celebrities and influencers will be there. So it's gonna be a great time. And even if you don't go to the actual show, come out, hang out at the expo. You'll walk around, see hundreds, thousands of vendors. You'll be able to see everybody, take pictures. So even if you don't have the money or don't have the time to go to the actual event, you can still come to the expo cheap and get all the benefits and see everybody and, enjoy the whole experience. That is November 2nd through the 5th, Olympia in Orlando. After that, we're going right to November 19th, Festivals of Speed at the Ritz-Carlton. Originally, this show was supposed to be that Sunday, right after we do the Olympia. It got pushed back, which actually works out better for us because that week would have been a little bit crazy with having to set up at the Olympia and the Ritz-Carlton on the same weekend and to go back and forth. And not only that, it would have been a little crazy because we would have had to bring the cars out of the Olympia, because we're going to bring the cars, the Lambo and all that. We're going to bring it to the Olympia. So we would have had to bring those cars out of it, get them out of there, and then get them over to the thing and then park those. So even though it wasn't planned for us, it helped us out a lot by having this event pushed back so we could plan and have it better for you guys. That's going to be November 19th, Festivals of Speed at the Ritz-Carlton right in Orlando. Lambos, Bugattis, Ferraris, Hellcats, pretty much every high-end car you could think of. A lot of old-school Mustangs, a lot of rare, a lot of one-on-ones. They'll have big-time awards, too, for these cars. Big-time awards for these cars, too. So that's Festivals of Speed, and again, that's November 19th at the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando. The last show we have as of yet, and the reason why I say as of yet is because a lot of times we'll add events. So if you're looking at the schedule, like, oh, they're not going to be here, they're not going to be there. This changes every week. So tune in week to week or even check out the website to see what's added. But the last event we have as of now is Cars and Couture, and that's at the Motor Enclave of Falkenburg Road in Tampa, Florida. And again, that's November 18th. Cars and Couture, another car show like the Ritz-Carlton, like the one at the Ritz, kind of like Festivals of Speed. Different promoters, but great energy. Same great energy. Plenty of cars, plenty of high-end cars. We'll be turning the cars on too. So if you come by the Titan booth, if you guys want to hit a Lambo, if you guys want to hear the Hellcat, let us know. We'll be cranking them up. Every once in a blue, we may have a lucky person be able to sit in the car and take a picture. But again, last thing I stress is these are very expensive cars. So when you see the car, just please don't put your hands on it. Ask us if you want to see it, if you want to hear it or whatever. Kids, obviously kids are younger. They don't understand. So for the most part, we don't have people coming over and putting their hands all over the cars. But it is what it is. They're all wrapped up anyway, so we're good to go. But those are our events. If we have any more, again, I'll let you know. I'm Big Dru. I'm here every week. If you guys aren't subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you're subscribed and also hit the bell so you're notified of videos like this. Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and also TikTok as well. I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to wait just a couple more seconds to make sure I don't have any questions on here. We do have one. Golden Boy 1111777 says peptides are overpriced. Is TB500 and BPC overrated? Are peptides overrated? The new peptide is supposed to be the god of peptides. I don't believe peptides are overrated. Maybe some of the ones that we don't supply, and that's the reason why we don't use them, because they're overrated. But the ones that we have, I don't believe they're overrated. BPC is very good. TB500 is very good. CJC is very good. They're all known to work. I've used them myself, and they have worked. So I'm never one to say, oh, this is great, if I haven't used it or known people personally that have used it and have great results. So I don't care what it says on paper. I don't care how it sounds on paper. I'm a realist, so I keep it real. But yeah, these products definitely work. If you guys have an elbow pain, any type of ligament issues, tennis elbow, knee pain, any type of ligament issues or connective tissue issues, whether it's injury, whether it's just years of heavy lifting, whether it's old age, whether it's not taking enough time off, TB500, CJC, and BPC will very much benefit you. If you can spot inject closest to the area, it's kind of like it's a sub-Q injection, so you don't want to go into the tendon or into the muscle. You just kind of want to get underneath the skin closest to the area. what's going to happen is it's going to rejuvenate the connective tissue and ligaments. So it's actually going to fix the problem rather than just numb it or lubricate it, which, pain medications and certain injectables people will take to just fill their body with fluid. That doesn't necessarily fix the problem. It just numbs it. And when it's numb, you're grinding it even more. So once that fluid goes away, you have more pain. So yes, they're very proven to work. Try it out. If you guys don't believe it, it doesn't matter what other people say. Try it out yourself. I guarantee you're gonna get something from it. You're gonna have good joints and connective tissue from it. One last thing I'll say about our peptides: if you're taking for ligament pain or any type of joint pain, take it as you're growing or as you're getting stronger. You want your ligaments and connective tissue to get stronger as you're getting stronger. That way you don't have any injuries. If your muscle gets too strong too fast and your ligament doesn't catch up, that's how you have torn ligaments. That's how you have torn muscles, because the ligament attached isn't strong enough to hold on to it. So the muscle's too strong. So it's almost like too much strength popping a rubber band. Make that rubber band strong as well, so it can hold the weight. That way you'll be able to lift longer. You have less injury. So make your connective tissue and ligaments strong simultaneously as your muscles get strong, to avoid injury, to avoid pain, and avoiding the future problems. That's pretty much it I have for this week, guys. Again, I'll be back next week. Have a great week. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms. I'm Big Dru. Shout out to John. Shout out to Peter. Shout out to Shree. Shout out to Art. And